Fuck off, old man.
Yeah, you'll get.
You can't.
Fuck, mate. Oh! Fucking do it. Stick it.
The film opens with Detective Tom sleeping on his couch. As he awakens, he heads to his window and notices a group of men attempting to steal a parked car outside. Acting swiftly, Tom rushes outside to confront them. He firmly warns the thieves to leave, but they ignore him, leading to a violent altercation. Tom mercilessly beats them and threatens that if he sees them again, he won't hesitate to kill them. After dealing with the situation, Tom leaves the scene. However, the next day, the media circulates a story claiming Tom assaulted a group of innocent young men. The controversy draws widespread attention, and Tom finds himself under public scrutiny. Concerned about his conduct, the police department sends him to undergo counseling. But Tom's abrasive personality surfaces again. He smokes during the session, ignores the counselor's authority, and even threatens him before storming back to the station. We are then introduced to Constable Elizabeth, who arrives to meet Tom. She confides in him about her troubled past. While working undercover on a mission to infiltrate drug networks, she had to use drugs to maintain her cover. Unfortunately, she became addicted, and after returning, she was sent to rehab. Though she eventually returned to duty, she failed the sergeant's test and was demoted. Tom later meets with Chief Inspector Bruce Roberts, a close colleague who is grieving the recent loss of his wife. When they go to view her body, Bruce breaks down emotionally. To help ease his pain, Tom takes him to a bar. While drinking, Tom tries to lift Bruce's mood and manages to do so slightly. In the following scene, a female police officer is shown walking alone when a hooded figure suddenly appears and guns her down. Tom soon arrives at the crime scene and is asked about Bruce's whereabouts. He explains that Bruce is still mourning and won't be available for duty for some time. Given the gravity of a police officer's murder, the department appoints a temporary replacement, Inspector Porter Nash. However, many officers are reluctant to follow Porter's lead, primarily due to rumors about his sexuality. Despite their discomfort, they are instructed by their superiors to cooperate. Surprisingly, Porter finds unexpected support from Tom, the rough-edged detective with a history of violent behavior. As the investigation progresses, Elizabeth is visited by a young gang member nicknamed Metal. He fears his gang may have killed someone and seeks her help. She agrees to look into it one last time but warns him, if the victim is dead, he must leave town; if alive, he must quit the gang. Elizabeth then reaches out to Detective Inspector Craig Stokes. Stokes agrees to help, on the condition that she goes on a date with him. Meanwhile, a journalist receives a chilling phone call from a man named Barry. He claims responsibility for killing the police officer and warns that more cops are on his list. True to his word, Barry murders another officer while still on the call. He then tells the reporter that 8 more officers are marked for death before ending the conversation. As panic spreads, Porter visits Tom, curious about his violent reputation. During their chat, they receive word that yet another officer has been shot. The team begins a mass operation, detaining suspects, activating their network of informants, and increasing street-level surveillance. Tom contacts an informant named Radner, who points them toward Barry Weiss, a man who recently bragged about setting a police dog on fire. Tom and Porter go to Barry's apartment, but there's no solid evidence. When Barry opens the door, he's initially startled but composes himself quickly. Tom immediately recognizes him from a fight they had at a pool hall the year before. Tom mocks Barry and leaves with Porter. Suspecting something, Barry gathers his belongings and hides them. Unbeknownst to him, Radner tails him and finds the stash. Investigating further, Radner locates an abandoned vehicle where Barry has kept grisly trophies of his victims, confirming he's the killer. Back at the station, Bruce, now realizing he's spiraling out of control, decides to return to work. However, Barry is already stalking him. As Bruce returns home, Barry follows and attacks him. Bruce tries to fight back with a hammer, but Barry overpowers him and bludgeons him to death. After the murder, Barry calmly watches TV in Bruce's home, steals his police uniform, and leaves. He then calls the reporter again, stating he just killed his third victim, Bruce, and demands his alias Blitz be used in the press. The news hits Tom hard, especially since Bruce was a close friend. Meanwhile, Barry continues hiding evidence, but Radnor, still watching him, calls the same reporter to expose Barry in exchange for $50,000. The reporter agrees and meets Radnor in a parking lot, where he is shown Barry's stash, including Bruce's uniform. Although skeptical, the reporter believes him and promises to pay. As this happens, Barry observes them and realizes what's going on. After they leave, he removes all incriminating items. The reporter meets Radnor in a bar to finalize the deal and hands over the money. Radnor excuses himself to use the restroom, promising to reveal Barry's name when he returns. Unfortunately, Barry is in the bar, having tracked them. He follows Radnor into the bathroom. Upon seeing Barry, Radnor panics and pleads for his life, insisting he hasn't yet revealed the name. But Barry shows no mercy and kills him, escaping with the $50,000. The reporter immediately notifies the police about the car, but by the time they arrive, it's empty. Tom and another officer realize all of Blitz's victims are police who had previously arrested Barry. They suspect Elizabeth could be next. After returning from her date, Elizabeth is attacked by Barry but is saved at the last moment by Metal, who dies protecting her. Before Barry can finish the job, the police arrive. Tom and Porter decide to release Barry's photo to the media, hoping to pressure him into making a mistake. Their plan pays off. After an intense pursuit, Barry is captured. However, there's no direct evidence tying him to the murders, and he remains silent during interrogation. With no case to build, the police are forced to release him after 48 hours. Determined to stop him, Tom and Porter hatch a plan. They predict Barry will try to exact revenge on Tom. Barry, dressed in Bruce's stolen uniform, infiltrates Bruce's funeral. Tom leads him to the rooftop of a parking structure, but it's a trap. Porter and Tom have switched roles mid-route. Tom surprises Barry on the roof, beats him severely, and takes his weapon. Knowing the legal system won't hold Barry accountable, Tom argues that with Barry dressed as a cop and the murder weapon now in their possession, they can stage his death as just another Blitz killing. With that, Tom shoots Barry dead.